All right, this is our short-term view for the stock market for the coming week. I do this every single week, and I take an accountability of what I said in the last week. Before I get in that, I have a special for you. You see all the technical work that we do here? I do tons of videos every week for our members. We have 9 categories of videos, including this show that you're watching. Tools for Techs, where I look at a whole multitude of different technical studies and ways to use the charts and look at the market. I do stock sectors, where I look at in-play sectors, things that I think are valuable for the coming intermediate term period with a lot of potential trade setups. I do trader psychology. For the last 22 years, I've been a personal growth facilitator, and I combine my knowledge of the markets with my knowledge of the psychological aspects that we as traders deal with, and that is so valuable. I've got great videos in that section that I think are really good, so make sure that you watch that. Future Speak every single Wednesday, where I look at 24 different futures contracts, do this deep cycle analysis where I look at the futures and the indexes in 6 different categories of futures. Incredibly valuable. People continually write me. It's their favorite video that I do every single week. I do big picture analysis where I look at the really long-term pictures of the major markets. The last one I did, I looked at the stock market, talked about the fact that when the regularity of corrections and that the likelihood that when we get into the topping period in this market, which I thought was going to be somewhere between late May and mid-June, which we're at right now. Granted, it got a little higher than I expected, but I thought that we were going to have a pretty sizable correction. You're going to want to see that also. I do IRAMO. In other words, it's videos that suggest ways that you can analyze the longer-term holdings that you have in your IRAs or investments that you have. Really valuable stuff. I do style, strategy, and plan. That's video number 8 category, where I look at all of the aspects of how we engage in the markets as traders. Incredibly valuable things in there. I did a great one on how to deal with slumps, and I think that you would love seeing that. And I do my short-term view. This is the short-term view of the stock market. After this, I record for my members, where I look at 5 categories of the market, look at all the momentums in the short term and the kind of micro term, and compare the different futures and different categories within each group. So I'm going to show you S&Ps right now, but I look at NASDAQ and Russell and Dow when I look at it for the members. So all of those videos, more than 250 videos, an immense amount of learning for you that my level 2, 3, and 4 subscribers get. You can become a level 2 subscriber and have a whole month of watching those fantastic videos. 43 years of what I've learned in the markets shared with you, and I think you'll love it. I'm going to make that available to you for half price for a month. Watch all you want, do marathon watching, and then just leave if that's what you want to do, or stay with us and continue to benefit from our work. $16.50. How's that? I'm practically giving it away just so that you can become part of the askSlim family. So I'm going to put a link up on YouTube that you'll be able to grab that on for $16.50, or you can email me, slim@askSlim.com, and ask me for that link, and you can watch all our videos, and you'll become a level 2 member, and you'll really enjoy being part of what we do here and connecting with us. So that's it. And now, my short-term view for the coming week. What did I say last week for the stock market? Well, I said that the S&P 500 is likely to dip into midweek and then move back to the upside. My target for that dip was 2403. Go back and watch the video. And then I thought that it would move again to the upside, and so I pretty much nailed the pattern. I had no idea that it was going to blast through what were the resistances and then move up again. We keep seeing higher and higher resistances being challenged and then taken out in this seemingly never-ending magic carpet ride that we're seeing go on in the stock market. So my anticipation, and let's take a look at this chart and you'll see how I came to this, was that the the minor cycle that you see in here, which is the blue dots, I have this highlighted a little differently, blue dashes, is this right in here. And I thought that it would dip down to 2403 and then turn up. That is exactly what it did. I finally got the stock market right? Well, not quite, because I thought it would stop at about 2424, and here we are at 2440 at highs right now for the stock market. So that was some really, really good action that you see there. Now we have some upward projections in here, and people are asking me, now that we got through that level, where do we go? Well, let's just take a peek in here, and you could see these upside projections. There are two of them in here. Now, this isn't necessarily where the market's going to go, and the cyclical patterns are not suggestive of it right now. And I think there's going to be a big reversal this week. But the question is, do they panic first up to this area of about 2454, which is that 618 fib extension, let alone this at about 2478? I don't think so. This one right over here is 24, we'll call it 54, 55 right there. If they want to panic early in the week and buy them like crazy, then that would be the level that I would expect. However, the odds are high that we're going to get a downturn this week. We're going to call early peak in the week and then a reversal and then moving down. And I would not be surprised to see it be a down week this week. Then after that, we get into the next rally. Now, this is the time period that I expected the peak to come. It doesn't mean you can't get another test of that level and then have the bigger correction that I expect on the intermediate phase. We're going to look for this week an early failure from somewhere between this 2440-ish level where it is now and 2455, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a big reversal day in there, and then we're going to look for a decline into around June 13th. And then we're going to just have to look at it again. If it remains in a bullish pattern, which would be it holds up on these supports down around 2407, or it would be revised if it makes a higher high, then all is okay, and then we elongate what's going on in here. But if it has a very big decline, and again, I don't know if that's likely or not, we're going to have to wait and see, then it would be more likely that we have something topping. We will call this week early peak for the coming week and then moving down with a likelihood of a down week for the week. That is everything. I hope there was something of value in there. Don't forget, go to that link, become a level 2 member, watch our videos for $16.50. Can't wait to get you in the fold, and then you'll see what we do. And I think it's a tremendous learning opportunity because I put my heart into all this stuff.